I mean, aspirationally, I think a lot of people would be like, wow, living in Thailand, running a content studio, running YouTube channels together, being your own boss, you know, that's a dream come true for many people. This is the perfect place for them to come in with some content that they want to shoot.
Because I'm a little bit obsessed with quality, I want everyone to come here to look like they come straight out of a documentary on Netflix. You know? The goal is to make sure that they create the content that they want.
Even you come alone, but you have us as your team.
Here's your team.
Yes.
All right, we're here with Cyril and Nin in their brand new, let's say, creator studio here in Chiang Mai. So I would love for you guys to give a quick introduction to yourselves because we'll dive a little deeper into your stories in a minute. But Cyril, you originally were a police officer in France.
Yes.
And now you are a YouTuber and you own this content studio here in Chiang Mai.
Very small stretch, isn't it?
Very small stretches. And a lot of interesting stories along the way.
Yeah. Yes. So first, it's not police. It's gendarmerie.
Okay.
Which is actually in France, it's a little bit weird, but we have like 3 different law enforcement agencies. Have the national police, which is mostly in the big cities, and gendarmerie, which is tied to the army and more in the countryside.
Mm. And Nin, what was your background? You grew up here in Chiang Mai?
I grew up here in Chiang Mai, yes. I used to be a waitress, bartender, something like that, and work in the restaurant, hotels, cruise.
Yeah.
And then met him, and then start to do something together, which is YouTuber.
Right.
Create content for 8 years now, almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, in the beginning, it's together. And after that, it's like he have his own, I have my own.
Sure.
Something like that.
So tell me a little bit, why don't we kick it off before we get into the full interview? There's lots of things about your story, about your very successful YouTube channel, and now this studio, what goes into creating a studio, creating content, figuring that out for people who are watching, who are wanting to do something similar to you guys. I mean, aspirationally, I think a lot of people would be like, wow, living in Thailand, running a content studio, running YouTube channels together, being your own boss. But, you know, that's a dream come true for many people. So we're going to kind of get into some of the details on that and how you actually do that and some of the challenges, because this was not like a clear journey for you, right?
No, it was not.
Yeah. Honestly, my thought is for serious creators, serious businesses or creators or coaches or business founders, this is the perfect place for them to come in with some content that they want to shoot, either like a conversational style or like a talking head directly to a camera, and just come in, shoot a bunch of stuff.
Exactly.
In 1 or 2 hours, especially if someone has some familiarity with talking to camera, it helps.
Yeah.
But it's not necessary. They can come in, they can get quite a bit shot in just even 1 or 2 hours. Plenty to keep your editors busy for, you know, a month or 2 usually, right?
Our editors.
These two. Because you also have plenty of little add-ons where, you know, people can just choose 1 camera,
2,
or
3
cameras. You guys can help with editing. What I was really interested, though, as well, is coaching and consulting, because so many people, when they're starting out or trying to do a good job with content, they need someone who's experienced, who's sat down and created successful YouTube channels or not so successful YouTube channels. You can talk from that experience, right?
Yeah. This is something that we will offer in the future, not in the beginning, but if people express an interest in that, we can do that.
But I think the main thing is when they come, they're not left alone to their own devices. That you're here taking
the total
care.
opposite. Yeah, actually, the goal is to go along with the person to make sure that they create the content that they want, the content that they need, and that they don't have to think about anything, just delivering the content.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we are teamwork.
Yeah.
Even you come alone, but you have us as your team.
Here's your team.
Yes. You're not alone.
That's right. So give us a little background on police work to YouTube and the steps in between. And I don't want you to hold back on some of the things that you tried that didn't work out as expected, because I also came I've had ups and downs in my career. I came to Thailand with no plan, so I can very much identify with sometimes the failed things push you to do the one thing that you really actually wanted to do, right?
Most of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, my love for image started before gendarmerie, probably in high school, I would say. I was in the photo club. At the time, we were still developing our own photos by ourselves. I never really stopped taking photos or making videos. And when I went to gendarmerie school for 9 months, we were 3 on the 100, 150 students, I don't remember. And we were 3 volunteers to make a memory movie of the 9 months. So I learned a lot about filming, about editing for the first time. And then over the years, I continued to do some video edits of specific activities we would have, trainings like rock climbing or rather going down and that kind of thing. So when my contract arrived to an end, I was like, okay, what should I do now? How about making videos? That sounds fun. I always loved it. So I found a school where I learned a little bit more than just doing video because it was about visual effects, 3D compositing and that kind of things. And I quickly realized after the school that it was not a job for me because it was mostly in big cities. And I don't really like big cities much.
Like commercial video production and editing, that kind of thing, or?
For the cinema mostly, like the big studios, NPC and that kind of thing. So you have London, Paris, the really, really big cities. So I stopped and I was like, okay, I know how to do 3D. So how about I do something around that? And at this time, I heard about doing 3D scanning, which is like taking a photograph of something or someone and printing it in 3D later on. So I was like, that could be interesting to scan people and make the small figurines of them for the weddings, for example. You know, the small figurine that you put on top of the cake. That was way too early. The market was not ready for that. It was very difficult, didn't find a lot of customers, so I stopped.
Was there a significant startup cost? Did you have to invest in machinery or anything like that?
Yeah, I invested in the scanner itself, which is quite pricey. The printer, I used the external company to print because I believe the color printer at the time was above 100,000 euros, something like that. And after that, my life went to a very, very down low. How do you say that?
Low place or?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
no job.
Depression type thing, or just like it's just a struggle? Like
No, I think just a struggle. I don't think that was depression, but maybe it was. But just no way to find a job in anything. Even the jobs that I was like, they are going to take me, like security. I'm an ex-gendarme. If you don't hire, they didn't.
What year was this? Because this might correspond to my own period similar to this. It was around 2009, 2010, where it was very difficult for me to find a job.
It was later than that. It was 2015, 16, I guess. 16.
Okay, so about 10 years ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And this is where I discovered about ship photographer. And I was like, whoa, that's nice. Being paid to travel and take photos. That's very nice. It wasn't. It wasn't. It wasn't. Artistically speaking, it was really, really uninteresting. It was like 10, 11 hours work every single day, no day off for 6 months. And for other people, like the waiters, it's 9 months.
I think it is 9 to 10 months.
Yeah. Wow.
But
for the full season, yeah.
And
yeah.
No day off, right? Or have?
No.
I don't remember.
No, we didn't, because when the cruise is over, then the next cruise is starting already. Yeah. So you have 1 day where you can enjoy a few hours of freedom, which is not a lot. Right. But that taught me a lot about a lot of things, human interactions, and still the photography side of things. I did that for about 1 year, and this is when I met Nin on the cruise ship. And yeah, we had a good feeling. So I was like, maybe I can join you in Thailand and see how things goes. And it went well.
It's very well. It turned up to
We
7
started,
years.
so, yeah, we started doing a first YouTube channel for her. She was cooking Thai food and explaining in English.
Did you get to eat the Thai food after?
Yes,
Perfect.
yes.
How was it for your waist? Yeah.
The waist was okay, but she likes to cook very spicy.
Oh.
Very spicy. So,
I'm Thai. Come on.
yes, yeah, I know.
Okay, so then you're doing some ship photography. You meet Nin, and you decide to come to Thailand and try it out. You're doing some cooking videos on YouTube. But as we discussed the other day, I mean, you guys made some nice videos, but it didn't seem to really take off or get some traction.
Yes, two problems arose. The first one being it was not doing as good as we needed it to be to make a living.
Sure.
And I love eating, but cooking videos are not my passion. So at some point, I separated myself from the channel, taught her how to edit her own videos and everything. And then I decided to start my own YouTube channel. So, yeah.
So when you're trying to get a channel going like that, just for the sake of people who are watching who, you know, they can go to your current channel and see that you're quite successful in that particular niche. For the cooking channel, how many months, how many videos, you know, how much time did you guys put into that? Like just guesstimates, right? Or
4 years.
how many
Well,
subscribers did you reach?
I think 42, right?
40, yeah, we had a look the other day. I think it's about
either
40.
40
40,000,
or
Yes.
42,000.
which is it's headed in the right direction, right?
And we have, I think we have a lot of video in that channel.
Yeah.
Like 300 plus.
300 plus videos.
Well, I think it's about one video every week
Yeah, every month.
for 3 or 4 years.
Wow. That's a lot of work.
It is. Yeah, the thing is, with the cooking channel, in 4 years, I learned a lot about YouTube. And one of the reasons for me going my own separate way was I want to test proof what I think I've learned. So I was very confident that I knew how to make a YouTube channel successful, maybe a big word, but at least working well.
What were some of the things that you felt like you wanted to test? What were the things that you learned in 4 years of making cooking videos? And generally, these were cooking videos in English or in Thai?
In English.
In
In my English.
Nin English.
In English.
Nin English.
Yes.
Yeah.
Tinglish.
English.
That was actually good English and good explanations. Anyone want to learn how to cook Thai food? Nin is cooking.
Nin is cooking.
Nin is cooking.
Nin
That's
is
the channel.
cooking. It's very simple.
Perfect. So what did you want to kind of try out that you had learned at the cooking videos, but you're also like, I need to stop the cooking videos, otherwise I'm going to go crazy?
SEO, which is not really relevant anymore on YouTube, but at the time SEO was something.
When you say SEO, you mean when people are actually intentionally searching for something specific and making sure your videos then showed up, as opposed to discovery, when people are just browsing and looking for something fun to watch.
Basically, SEO on YouTube relies on using keywords that people might search, because there's a very big saying, YouTube is the second search engine in the world, owned by the first.
Right.
So you have titles optimized for clickbait and titles optimized for search.
Search bait.
Yeah.
Or now ChatGPT.
Yes.
Okay, so you wanted to try SEO. Any other things that you wanted to try out?
Thumbnails.
Thumbnails?
Yeah. I always enjoy trying to make thumbnails.
Which also is a problem I found, because we work for several creators and we help them with their thumbnails, our own thumbnails, and usually as someone who comes from a design and marketing background, I'll try to make a nice looking thumbnail. And that's usually not what gets clicked. It's some crappy looking thumbnail that just looks like garbage.
No, but I've experienced it on the True Crime channel. I've tried to make very polished AI thumbnails with very nice lights and everything.
Nothing.
People actually insulted me for using AI in my thumbnails. Instead, I just put a photo of the case. Voila.
Done.
Yeah.
There's this could be a whole episode, but the psychology of the YouTube thumbnail, I think, increasingly is the less polished it looks, the more authentic it feels like the content will be. The more polished it looks, the more produced.
People start to be like the natural thumbnail.
Because when you have something that's highly produced, it looks like a commercial or something like we'd see on TV, and you know that a whole lot goes into that, and it, you know, there's scripting involved, and it doesn't just feel like, hey guys, insights that I just learned, like.
The thing is, YouTube viewers, including myself,
Yeah, let's not insult anyone here, like I just did.
very schizophrenic now, because it's cycles, right? And we had the era of very produced videos, with amazing editing and transitions, and
Johnny Harris was a good example of just beautiful production.
yeah, of course.
I love his content, and he somehow combines this authentic feel with it's very produced.
It is. But now it feels a little bit more authentic because he's, when he can, going on the field by himself.
On location, yeah.
So it feels a little bit more like a vlog and less like a very produced video. And so, yeah, I think that nowadays people, they kind of tend to prefer authentic content, but in the same way, the algorithm is made for them to click on the very produced videos because they are from very big creators.
The YouTuber Vanessa Lau experienced that. I don't know. She does social media, Instagram advice and things. And she was one of the kind of not maybe the first people, but just shooting stuff quick with her phone. Hey, I just got these results on Instagram with these ads, and and she was just shooting it like that. She did quite well. She was making a lot of money, consulting, etc. So she then, made everything well produced, and she lost, basically her followers didn't follow because what they signed on for was this spunky little girl sharing real insights who could communicate really well, that they could learn from, and now everything felt polished and it felt like she was reading off a teleprompter, it just changed. And so fortunately she realized that, and she's like, no, we're resetting, just going back to what I do best instead of trying to emulate someone who's successful and then has a big team and a little studio. Yeah. So you started this channel in 2023, 2022,
2021.
2021. Yes. So this is now just over 4 years.
4 years, yeah.
And it was in the first 6 months that you started to see traction.
Yeah.
Not huge traction, but enough.
No. Well, the channel was monetized in, I think, 4 months.
4 months.
4 or 5 months, where for the cooking, it took like 1 year and a half, I think, something like that. Mm-hmm. So I was like, okay. And yeah, the numbers grew.
And now you're approaching 300,000 subscribers.
Yes.
For a channel that is focused on you have actually multiple languages now, but it was originally just French, right?
Yeah. It's still just French, but YouTube released a new function, which is auto-dubbing.
I noticed.
Yeah. I'm
It
really sorry.
It didn't exactly sound like you. But
I'm really sorry for the people using the dubbing as it is right now, because it's really not great quality at all.
But I mean, it's a new feature that they're testing out, and yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's here to stay.
Yeah.
I just hope they will improve it.
Sure. Well, even like with 11 Labs and Descript and things like that, if you wanted to put the time in, you could dub your voice in English for the whole thing. You have described yourself as a bit of a, let's say, would you call yourself a perfectionist?
Yes.
Or detailed oriented or OCD?
Yes, I can answer that for you.
Yeah, let's hear Nin's opinion on this.
Yes, I think he's too perfectionist, too much. And sometimes it's
Well, he picked you, so that must say something.
no, it's no, but
I will use that again.
wait.
I know it.
Anytime she's saying, you pick only perfect things.
Sometimes, I mean, it's good to be perfectionist. Perfectionist, but sometimes when it's too much is too much.
For sure.
Sometimes his perfectionist is kind of pull him to, instead of go forward, it's like pull him, because he's like, no, I cannot let this go. This have to be perfect. I understand. Mm-hmm. It's good,
And we're gonna be talking more about that because I'm gonna ask you questions about your workflow and how you delegate, etc.
I have one very, very, very easy to understand example.
Sure.
I remember this one because I was insulting myself in my head. I spent 4 hours
Oh yeah.
for something that was 3 seconds on screen, and that probably nobody even saw.
All right. So I think before we move on, also want to ask you about what other channels that you're interested to develop. How do you, coming from someone who's worked on a cooking channel that had success, but not quite the success you guys needed to be self-sustaining, how do creators kind of validate an idea?
I think it has to be a little bit of both worlds. You should not pick a topic just because it's monetizable, because you will burn out. Even if you choose something that you love, you will burn out at some point. So definitely have to choose something that you're really interested in, but also it has to be of some sort of interest for the viewers, right? If you tell your story about, hey, I've been to 7-Eleven yesterday and I bought milk, like nobody cares. Nobody cares. You have to find something that you enjoy telling a story about or explaining or whatever, and that resonates with people, I think.
I made a video for our channel recently called Nobody Cares.
Yeah.
And when you start to realize, like, no one cares unless you give them a reason to, right?
Yes.
And I will even go a little bit further. Once you start to have a good following, you might be tempted to think that people are here for you. They are not. If I'm trying to tell another story than true crime, the videos don't work. They don't have views because people, they don't come for me. They come for the stories I'm telling.
And then mine is, in the beginning, is cooking channel.
Right.
And then it's not working like what we expect to have. So he made his own channel that is true crime. But me, after cooking channel, I do true crime, same as him.
Mm-hmm.
But as you know, I think Thailand is very sensitive about this kind of story. So my video, let's say almost all of it got demonetized.
Demonetized,
So
yeah.
I earn nothing. I work hard for that, but earn nothing. So I feel like, even I like it, but we have to pay the bill. So I'm like, okay, like maybe put this aside and then looking for something else. So I do the self-development.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite go well, but for now I didn't publish anything because I'm busy with this project, right? This business. So it's postponed, but I want to come back on that channel again.
Well, what's interesting about self-development is you can bring in other people to speak, right? And you can film in the other studio,
Yes.
right? And you can bring in experts and you can bring in people, other creators who, and you just sit and
just
boom, then upload, right?
Yes, I can even bring him
Yeah.
about self-development.
Mm-hmm.
You were good with that.
Let's be completely honest. This studio is for us first.
That's right.
It's for us to create our content.
Actually,
We
this
like to
is
start a podcast.
his room, and that is actually my room.
Your room, right?
But then we are like, come on, it's too good to just save it to ourselves. Let's do something about that. And then voila.
Well, it's interesting because when I first came across you guys a few weeks ago, you just put the little post with some pictures of the studio. Let's talk about some, how do you actually on a daily basis, I mean, it is a mystery for a lot of people how successful YouTubers actually do the work that they do. So do you organize it by week? Monday you do this or something, or how do you organize that workflow? How much time is involved? And then start to walk through some of the delegation that you've been doing in less than 45 minutes.
Well, it's going to be quite easy. When I was by myself, it was 20 hours a day.
20 hours a
Yes.
day.
Every single day, doing everything, the research, the scripting, the filming, the editing, and the B-rolls. It was taking a lot of time. And then when I started to have a little bit more revenue, I was like, okay, I have to find someone to help me. I cannot continue doing that by myself. So I first hired writer to help do the research and help me write the script. But because I'm a perfectionist, I have to read the script at least 2 times.
3 times.
2.5 before I
What's the
can
name of
record
your
it.
writer?
Ishani.
Ishali.
Ishani.
Ishali.
Ishani.
Okay, I can't
Ishani.
say that name, but if you're watching this,
Ishani.
I will send it to you. So that saves me a lot of time because I don't have to do the research anymore. I don't have to do the writing anymore.
you can just make sure that then the writing is to the level that you would want.
Yeah. And the sentences are the way I want them to be because I try to make it as easily understandable as possible for all the French speakers all around the world. And Ishani, she tends to use a little bit sophisticated words. She's a writer.
She's a writer, yeah.
So she's making nice sentences and I'm like, nah. Some people, they will not understand this one. So yeah. And then I worked with a video editor as well.
How long is a typical video on your channel at the moment? 20 minutes?
30 to 35.
30 to 35 minutes. So
Yeah.
if you're reviewing 3 drafts and 3 drafts of a script that is that long.
No,
No.
it's not. Because I make annotations and then I just go check what I asked them to modify.
Okay.
I don't.
You don't
No.
rewatch.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I've found as someone who edits and then also reviews a lot of edits, it always happens that there, occasionally 1 in 10 times, then you're missing something that if you had watched the whole thing, you would have caught. Right?
Yeah.
And then it's obvious you didn't watch the whole thing.
And the thing is, when you publish on YouTube and you have a few people watch your content, they don't care. If you make a mistake, they go for
See
you.
it immediately. Yeah.
Yeah. Especially French people. They really like to, you say that, it's wrong. And I'm like, yeah.
So as you know, I have a friend also in the true crime space, right? Very successful. He has no interest in true crime,
Okay.
right? That's the Twisted Minds YouTube channel. It was just basically a business decision.
business,
right? Yeah. When he gets up and does the scripts, he doesn't try to say pronounce names of cities correctly or anything like that.
Yeah.
Because they've noticed that, he's telling the story, and the story has been researched and is proper, but, mistakes will be made. He's from North America, so, we don't know how to pronounce every international thing and city. It just drives engagement. As soon as people start arguing about the names of
That's
something,
true.
suddenly they're all piling on and defending and arguing, etc. And he's never bothering to read those comments.
Yeah.
He's on to the next video.
I
Okay.
wish I could do that.
So honestly, and then we can get her opinion, what aspects do you feel like of your attention to detail as a former police officer, right? Honestly, in this niche of true crime, it's good to get details correct and make sure that you're not misrepresenting
I think
something.
it's-
There's victims involved. There's some responsibility there.
Yeah.
Right. But what aspects of your attention to detail do you feel like in some ways have held you back? Or in other ways, specifically for this niche, have actually improved the quality to such a degree that maybe people really valued the content, stuck around, subscribed?
I think the way of being very descriptive and neutral. Many true crime channels, they give their own opinion. I try to avoid it as much as I can. I just state the facts and then I let the viewers decide by themselves when a case is unsolved or when someone's behavior is questionable. Then I'm no one to judge them. I've never done it, even before as a police officer, and I don't like to do it now. So that's probably one thing that differentiates me from other channels, and the fact that I'm being very specific in the explanations, in the locations.
Currently, you have, let's say, 30-minute videos being produced. On how regularly are you producing videos? How are you finding your topics? How much time is going into these?
I publish once a week when I can. This year with the setting up of the studio, a little bit less, but I'm trying to get back to once a week. Now I try to batch things so that then it frees me some time to do something else. So for example, I try to do by semester. I choose my topics 3-4 months in advance and plan it so that I just have to do the reviews, basically. The Ishani, she knows, she has the list of the future cases, so she can work pretty much at the pace she wants, even though I'm always asking her to work fast. But yeah, I'm trying to batch things so that I can do something else and spend less time being less involved in the process.
This doesn't have to be a long answer, but in what ways do you feel like AI tools, solutions are actually helping your process currently? Or minimally, a lot?
In different ways. First of all, to be a little bit more in the documentary style, so have a real narrative.
So you're using, then AI is helping you write in that style, or at least prepare
Not
the
to
narrative?
write, but to prepare the narrative structure, yes. To, like, taking example on existing documentaries on Netflix or whatever, and also all the writing work, the novels and that kind of things. So using narrative structures and to illustrate the videos as well, because you don't always have real images enough to illustrate the whole video. And stock footage on websites like Envato, Pexels, so it's always the same and it's boring at some point. So we try to introduce a lot more AI-made images or videos, but keeping it on the low side at the same time, because AI sparkles a lot of debate among viewers.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them hate it, like literally hate it. So it has to be done in a way that they don't necessarily know it, that it's not too obvious.
If it's supporting the story without necessarily looking like real footage from the crime, for example, right? Like there's
Not even if, for example, I make an AI image of one of the involved characters, even though it really does look like the person, if they realize that it's AI, they will hate it. But if you do some silhouette work to have a setup, then it's fine.
Our team last year made a full AI video for a similar YouTube style, different niche that a YouTuber that we were working for was trying out. It was very tricky.
Yeah.
However, I think what we had going for us was this was stories from 200-300 years ago. So suddenly there was a lot more grace.
Because people know that you don't have any footage from this time.
So we spent a lot of time making sure that the style of the images were beautiful, like evocative of certain kind of like painter styles, and we got away with it, and it did pretty well. But it's still quite tricky when you're trying to do consistency, or you're trying,
We're
to make a
getting
30-minute video. Yeah.
We're getting there. I mean, in about a year or two, consistency will be there.
All right. So for creators trying to grow, quality versus quantity, what are your thoughts on that?
And I don't even think that quantity is a good thing, because even though, speaking of YouTube, because the other platforms I don't know that well, but on YouTube, somehow, if a viewer doesn't watch your video the exact day you're publishing it, then maybe he will watch it in 2 or 3 days. But if you publish a new video in between, then YouTube will show him the new video and forget about the other one. So publishing too much, I don't think is a good strategy for certain types of content. Then if you are doing vlogs or something like that, maybe it is. It used to be for sure. I don't know if it still is nowadays, but for storytelling, I don't think it's a good strategy. I think once a week is a sweet spot.
Mm-hmm.
But you could even get away with once a month. What matters is not really the quantity, is the regularity. You have to publish always the same day at the same time. Like that you create habits with your viewers. This is more important than publishing often.
What are a couple of the metrics that you find most, that you are always looking at? Click-through rate is a big one, watch time. But are those two that are quite important to you, or are there some other metrics?
The revenue?
Revenue, yeah.
No, actually the RPM, and it's quite fascinating because it can vary a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But to assess the video, I was obsessed with analytics and numbers, and I did tables. I was analyzing my videos the first 1 hour, 3 hours, 24 hours,
Wow.
7 days, 1 month. And noting the click-through rate, average length of the video. And after,
You're still doing that, or you're not doing that
no,
anymore?
because after 2 years, I realized that it taught me nothing. I still couldn't figure out what would make a video perform better than another one, other than the title.
YouTube is a woman.
YouTube is a woman?
YouTube algorithm is a woman. Do you understand woman? Do you understand your wife?
Not always. Most of the time, but not always. Yeah.
How much time do you spend on creating the initial hook? We talked about narrative structure briefly, but that hook and then a promise of a payoff later, do you find that investing more time in that is worth it?
I don't know if it is, but this is the only thing that I always do myself. She's trying so hard, but I'm never happy with the hooks and introductions. I always have to redo them because it is very important. It really is. But it's not as important as a good title and thumbnail.
So title and thumbnail?
Yeah.
Are you A/B testing your titles and thumbnails?
Yes.
That is a frustrating process as well.
It is. Because you can do the same A/B test at different times and the results will be completely different. And you're like, why?
We've done thumbnails for clients before, and I got him 1.5 million views on an old video.
Oh, that's great.
I've been trying to recreate that for 2 years. Yeah, can't understand it. All right, here's a good one for both of you. Tips for creators to scale their content, continue growing their channel without burning out and quitting because they hate it or they can't do it anymore.
You will burn out.
You will burn out.
You will burn out.
Yeah.
Eventually.
But how burnout and continuing is what we're hoping for, right? Like, because everybody does run into that.
Maybe we have to trust yourself enough, like I can do it. Even you feel burnout, but if you trust yourself that I can do it, then believe in yourself.
So you need to have a good sense of self when you get into this, because if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, to show off to some friends, ego, to make money, that's not going to sustain you through some of the initial ups and downs and the work required, right?
And
I think the goal is what keeps you doing it, even when you burn out. If you just, like you say, doing it for the wrong reasons and have very short-term goals, then when you burn out, you say you leave everything and you stop. But if you have a long-term goal and you're like, okay, I want to do it because I want to reach X, Y, Z, whatever, then when you have a down, you're like, okay, maybe I take a break for 2-3 weeks, but then I have to get back to it because I need to get there.
Yes.
Who shouldn't become a content creator?
I think everybody should, actually.
Everyone should become a content creator.
Yeah. I think because everyone has a story to tell. Everyone has interesting stories to tell, one way or another. So, yeah. I mean, I'm encouraging every one of my friends to start their own YouTube channel. I have that one friend, for example, he's a very, very, very good comedian. It's very funny. And he's a theater teacher now. I'm trying to tell him for years, dude, make your own YouTube channel. You're funny. People will love it. Yeah, but I don't know. No.
Let's briefly, in my experience running a small or little studio that I was renting out, I had experiences where I had a lot of interest in people who would want to come in. They didn't want to pay a lot of money. They didn't know what they were doing. So what would you say to people who are very, very beginning stages of the content creation journey? Obviously, they could come in here. It's a bit of a higher price. It's a full service. It's very professional. They have everything they would need. What are some other things that you might encourage them to do before they just come in here and start to try to create content where they have no followers yet?
Who?
Let's say a coach.
Then a coach, they definitely should create content. And actually, exactly like you said, get in the habit of creating content. Maybe not daily, but almost. And it doesn't have to be talking head. It doesn't have to be a very highly produced video, but they have to start taking the habit of making things and of doing it. I mean, nowadays you can definitely create content with just a simple phone. You can. Now, if they want to invest in gear and do it by themselves,
Focus on the microphone.
microphone comes first.
Or Adobe Enhance.
Even better, both.
Yeah. We started recently a podcast for a Geneva-based NGO that focuses on government policy, and they interview, lawmakers throughout the world and very high-profile people. And we started them with an iPhone as their only equipment. One iPhone for the first podcast.
Including the microphone, the sound captured by the iPhone.
The microphone on the iPhone. No video, just two guys in a room with an iPhone recording.
Wow.
And because for them, this was a new project, management was a little bit, I'm not sure, how much is this going to cost? We're going to need to buy all this stuff. Very much the old way of thinking, right? And I said, no, do this. We'll do the pilot podcast just with the iPhone. And I threw it into Adobe Enhance and with some music and a little tweaking here or there and pulling out some little interesting snippets and putting that at the beginning. And even using cloned voices with 11 Labs and rounding out a few things, they could not believe what was produced from that. So I wish a few people who had rented my studio had kind of tried their own stuff first. There's no barrier to entry anymore to creating content.
Yes.
Yeah.
The main thing is I think people who come here, they'll get most out of their investment in their time here and your time. If they have a little bit of experience in the type of content they want to create, they can use a teleprompter or they know that they don't need a teleprompter and they can just freeball it. So they've kind of worked through some of those things because otherwise they're going to burn up a lot of hours going,
Yes. Like, don't know
it's
what
too
to-
fast.
Yes.
The teleprompter's too, like.
I mean, we charge by the hour, so.
Exactly.
But definitely, I don't think complete beginner should come here unless he already has a very clear plan.
Yeah, and if they have a clear plan, they have a particular business model that they're wanting to create content for, great. But someone who's just wanting to try it out, there are, let's say, you could do it yourself. There's also a few other places in town where they could try it on a lower price basis and still get some nice results. And
Yes.
I would say the easy content, and this is why we call here a podcast studio, even though it's not really dedicated to people who want to actually start a podcast. But it's because the easiest kind of content you can create is just having a nice chat with someone, right? You just sit here. You don't need to know how to read a teleprompter. You don't need to be super well prepared. Just have a nice, friendly chat. And then out of that, you can extract like 10, 12, 20 reels that you put on IG.
you eventually forget that the cameras are there because you're so engaged, right? And fortunately, with AI now, you can get a lot of content from a conversation.
Yes. Yeah.
So when I do podcasts, interviews for our company, we have a workflow, right? Where we're getting SEO optimized articles on how to do this or how to address this, some social media posts, but then the reels themselves or the shorter clips, right? You do a 40-minute video, you can cut those into 5-minute topical things about how to start a true crime YouTube channel, how you meet your Thai wife on a cruise ship, you know?
You can have a lot of videos, short videos in long video.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's a good way for people, good advice actually for people when they're coming in, is already structure your outline
Yes.
with the idea that this section is going to be a video, that section is going to be a video.
It's like you should plan. If you have your plan, you know what you have to do. You come here, it's flowing. It's more easy than just come here and don't know what to do. And that part we cannot help. Maybe I cannot write your script.
Yep.
Maybe in the future.
Maybe in the future, but not now. At least for now, come with your script and the rest we take care of it.
So as Chiang Mai is the location of this studio, it's, in my opinion, from what I've seen, it's the highest end. You know, most professional content creator studio now in Chiang Mai. So why Chiang Mai and Southeast Asia? Obviously, you live here and you're, but any other benefits to this location specifically?
Because you live in this location, so I want to be in this location.
Oh, in Chiang Mai เหรอ
That's easy point.
Easy points, brownie points, yeah.
Chiang Mai, Southeast Asia, but especially Chiang Mai, I think is a very big digital nomad hub for many, many years. It's almost unbelievable. How come have so many digital nomads that create content online daily for their course, for their Instagram, TikTok, whatever, and there's no place for them to record content? Then, well, obviously I'm here originally because I live here, so this is why we chose it. But for people who want to create content, I think Chiang Mai is a very nice place because the living costs are quite cheaper than Bangkok, I think almost half. It's much nicer. I'm flawed because I love countryside much more than I do love cities.
Likewise, yeah.
But
I'm a country boy.
I mean, I couldn't live in London, Paris, or even Bangkok. And Chiang Mai is very nice for that. You just drive 15 minutes and you're in the mountains. I mean,
we had a client come from Australia recently, a public speaker.
Mhm.
And he contacted us and said, hey, can I shoot some reels while I'm in town? And so we found a location, shot a bunch of reels with him, edited the reels, and then he came back to us a few weeks later after we finished everything and said, it's cheaper for me to take my wife on vacation to Chiang Mai for a week and shoot more content with you guys than to have it done in Australia. So why don't we keep this going? Because, hey, we like Chiang Mai and it's an excuse to come take a little, vacation,
exactly.
work remotely.
it is a very nice city. I'm really in love with northern Thailand.
So this is towards the end of 2025. We only have a few months left.
Oh, yes.
It will be 2026. So tell us, what are the next steps for the studio?
Long term, I would say world domination.
World domination, yeah.
No, I think, well, first of all, we would like this place to become kind of a creator hub where people, they can come to create videos, take photos, product photos like you showed on one of your reels. It's not just, okay, you come, you record your content and get away. It's help each other to create content and to make better content on YouTube, Instagram. I will still mention TikTok even though it gives me itchy.
Any other thoughts that you guys want to share about the studio, what you're hoping to help creators who are coming through Chiang Mai with in the coming months?
I want them to consider like here is not like you said, not just come to sit, record, and then leave. No, we somehow like a friend. We're not family. That is like you say, this is like very clingy, but we friends. We want to help, like to make your content better.
Community, so
Yes.
like a community feel, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And we're not those people that, hey, I don't want to share my knowledge. Like I want to keep the knowledge to ourselves, or I want to keep the how I become success by ourselves. No, we want to share it because we want you to succeed.
I mean, everything we built it because some other people shared it.
Yes.
Some other people shared how they were doing YouTube channel, thumbnail, titles, SEO, all that kind of things. So, yeah, we're happy to give back.
Yes.
Because I'm a little bit obsessed with quality, I want everyone to come here to look like they come straight out of a documentary on Netflix, something like that. Like have the best image possible.
Well, you guys have really done an amazing job. I can't say enough as someone who's been in marketing and media and also built his own little YouTube studio and things like that, how lovely this is to have this here in town.
Thank you very much.
And that also it's being run by people who are in the creator space, right? You can identify with people who are aspirationally looking to become creators, who are on their journey, who are probably doubting whether, maybe they're working on a channel for now 9 months and they just don't know, should I continue? Should I pivot? Should I change? They can come here, They can work on some stuff, and they can also get some advice, a shoulder to cry on.
Yeah, get advice. I mean,
And encourage, no? It's encourage, right? Or
Encouragement.
support.
Yeah.
yeah.
Susu.
สู้ๆ
สู้ๆ
ใช่ค่ะ
Yeah.
yes you can do it
From my perspective, this last year has been me training myself to be able to present on camera, talking head type videos and things like that. And it's very difficult,
It is.
actually. It is a very difficult thing to learn. What advice, maybe you could give some advice. My advice to someone trying to present on camera, even if it's just on their phone or if they're starting to use a teleprompter, is really practice,
Just do it.
practice, and literally upload.
Yeah.
Because no one cares. No one's going to watch your first 20 reels that you upload. No one cares.
And even if they do, whatever,
Pros outweigh the cons.
yeah, and whatever the time you spend preparing, nitpicking, it will be bad.
It will be bad.
The first ones will be bad. You always improve. Like when I watched my first videos, I thought I knew how to make videos.
And I would consider myself in that stage. I've edited videos and I've shot videos for other people for 20 plus years, but putting myself on camera and building that kind of sensibility is something that takes time. But it's definitely worth doing.
It is.
Yeah.
And I often hear, yeah, but I'm not comfortable on camera. Nobody is.
No one is.
yeah.
Nobody is. You just have to train yourself doing it.
Every time I'll have scripts go in, shoot, batch maybe 4 videos, I'm hating the process. Currently, maybe I'll get comfortable with it eventually, but I'm hating it. And I'll always stop about 3 videos in and I'm just like, this is terrible. This is terrible. Why am I wasting my life doing this? And then I'm just like, power through. You have good editors
yes
who will make it look good. You have 3 or 4 takes in there. And sure enough, the actual results, everyone's like, wow, that's so great. You're so good on camera, etc. It's like, no, I was bad on camera for 70% of the time. But the 30% that left over that we don't have B-roll over, like accidentally.
When you do something, when you are obsessed about doing something and you do it for so long, you don't have the same eye as your viewers,
Right.
basically. So what you think is, no, I was not good. But for most people, it's already quite good.
100%. Well, thank you, Nin, Cyril.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for sharing your story and for building this great studio. And can't wait to shoot episode 2 next week.
Next week.